people. This is my review on WWE so far this week, and actually overall everything about the product. Well, let's get down to business, shall we? We got a company that's pretty much a piece of crap. It sucks. It doesn't make any sense. And logically, it's for pretty much not even for kids. If I was a child now, I probably would lose complete interest in wrestling. Back in the day when they used to do this, when I was a kid, I'm trying to remember when it was 1985. They do things very similar to what they're doing now. Very childish things, very silly things, pretty much things that insult your intelligence. And I used to turn away from this. I actually watched WCW more than WWE at the time. Yet I was still a WWE fan through and through, but I just didn't find what they did was very entertaining and very insulting, even as a kid. So I watched Nitro more often than WWE Raw. Now, let me be honest with you guys. This company is more than shit. It's pretty much going to hell in a handbasket. How can you have all these illogical things going on in your company? I mean, it's just bizarre. For instance, I don't understand how in the world you can't go with Seth Rollins as the world champion. As I mentioned in one of my earlier videos a couple of weeks ago. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. You should go with a younger talent. Number one, Seth Rollins is the guy that's with Triple H. Triple H is now the new version of Vince McMahon. And he's pretty much the golden boy with Randy Orton. Randy Orton, lately, is in the episodes, you can tell his character's getting really sick and tired of taking care of Seth Rollins' bullshit. So why not go with Seth Rollins? He's a young guy. He's a guy that has the look of a WWE champion. I mean, why wouldn't you go with him? Then you got Dean Ambrose, who I am very highly entertained by him. He's one of the stars that I actually enjoy watching, find very entertaining, and makes me laugh from time to time, and actually is very, very good on the mic and in the ring. I mean, and Seth Rollins and him, when they have matches together, it's pretty much magical. I mean, it's like a lot of the matches that The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin have had, but I wouldn't compare it that well to those two guys yet at this point in their career, but pretty sure in the next 4 to 5 years they should be at that level. But overall, the company isn't that good. There's not a whole lot to offer here. I mean, you got bunnies in a ring going ahead and hitting people with sweet chin music. I mean, where the fuck does these people come up with this crap? I mean, I can come up with better things to do than have a bunny in a ring hitting people with sweet chin music like they're the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. That's like an insult to Shawn Michaels if you think about it. Because, I mean, he specialized that move. He made that move cool to use. And they go ahead and fuck it up with a fucking bunny? What's next? They're going to have Elmer Fudd on TV going ahead as another character, as a wrestler, going, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting for rabbits. Come on, man. I mean, like, this is like a fucking Looney Tunes show. Even though Looney Tunes made more logical sense than this shit. So, personally, I think the company is going very south. The writers have no unique ideas, no idea where they're going with any of the storylines they're coming up with. Everything's repetitive, same recycled bullshit that they've done before, week after week after week. They got a champion who doesn't show up on TV hardly at all. I mean, you give Brock... Okay, I'll be granted with you guys. Brock Lesnar is a unique athlete, very good in the ring, very entertaining, but how can you be the champion but not show up? I mean, for God's sakes, The Rock, of all people, who was the champion last year, showed up practically every single week. I mean, hell, he even showed up on SmackDown to promote matches with CM Punk. I mean, the whole thing is just so fucking stupid. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, where is the logical reasoning behind any of this? Who is thinking of these things? And why would they not make Brock Lesnar show up to promote his matches to give meaning behind the match that they're having at a pay per view? I mean, they used Paul Heyman. I'll be granted, Paul Heyman's a very good promoter. He's good at promoting matches. He's good on the mic. But he ain't a fucking wrestler, so what's the point in having him promote the match with John Cena? And Paul Heyman ain't good enough. He's not wrestling John Cena. I mean, you might as well go ahead and have John Cena be the guy facing Paul Heyman every fucking pay-per-view. If they're going to have Brock Lesnar as the champion, for God's sakes, man. But getting off of that subject, the point is that Brock Lesnar is the champion. Brock Lesnar should at least Monday Night Raw or SmackDown show up and promote the match that he's supposed to have on the pay-per-view. Now, I heard in dirt sheets on a website that I find very valuable is NoDQ.com. If any of you that end up watching this video have any interest in that, I would definitely recommend that website if you haven't heard of it. And they give you a great insight. And from what I've heard is that there's rumor that Brock Lesnar may not even be wrestling at Hell in a Cell. Now, how in the world can you have a major pay-per-view like Hell in a Cell that ends all rivalries not be with Brock Lesnar and John Cena? If that's true, it might be a rumor. It could be just straight up a rumor, and it's not even true at all. But if it is, let's just say, how can you go ahead and state that, oh, Hell in a Cell, one of the biggest hellacious matches of all time, not have a WWE title match, especially with Brock Lesnar and John Cena, who have had an on and off rivalry for the last several years? You can't do that. That's just fucking retarded. If they have that happen, I am not watching the pay-per-view whatsoever. There is like no point outside of Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, which if they do that, that'll be a great main event match, but they probably won't. They'll probably screw it up with John Cena, and I don't care if anyone likes it or not. I'm a John Cena fan through and through. I love the guy. I think he's a very good athlete from time to time. He does need to work. Has been always a guy that had to keep working hard to improve his matches, but he's always been decent on the mic. He is entertaining, inspiring, all those kinds of things. He's everything he promotes himself to be on TV, and I think it's awesome. Do I think what WWE's done to use him? No, I don't. I think they made him look like a douche. I think they've made him have fans hate him more than like him. And it's really destroyed, kind of, in my opinion, his reputation. Hulk Hogan had the same situation, but he was a douchebag. I don't know how John Cena is as a person, but as a person, on television, he seems like a pretty cool guy. But he doesn't seem like a phony or anything like that. But I'll be totally honest with you. I think that the idea of him constantly being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed for the main event spot is just utterly ridiculous. Why? Where is the point? Where do they get at by doing that? There is none. There is no point. It's just they don't have enough people on their roster to main event them. Or they feel, quote unquote, that they feel that they can't main event them. Seth Rollins is definitely one of them. Why is he carrying around the briefcase still? Night of Champions was the perfect way of ending the whole fucking pay-per-view. him winning the damn WWE Championship. Now, granted, my last video that I did, I stated that John Cena should win and then go on to lose to Seth Rollins the same night. They went in a direction that I thought was even better than what I thought. But they didn't go with that either. They still had Brock Lesnar retain the title by disqualification of all things, which is absolutely insane. Having Seth Rollins beat Brock Lesnar for the WWE title is like an exclamation point right there for his title win. Against, of all people, Brock Lesnar, the guy who's been kicking everybody's ass. You get the young kid who comes out of nowhere and stomps his face into the ground and pins him 1, 2, 3 for the win. That's really unbelievable. And I guess people would assume that was bad. I don't really give a shit because I think that would be the best way of promoting Seth Rollins to be a big time main eventer. But that's not here or there. So, overall, this company shit. They need to make some improvements, and that's all I got to say about that. Next video coming up at some point later on this week, I will be going ahead and doing a review on TNA. Fortunately, I haven't been watching them too much, so it ain't going to be a very long one. It'll be pretty short. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.